I have here a list of 10 famous paintings from the Mona Lisa to Nighthawks, which is one of my favorites. I don't know why, it is an interesting painting. We'll get to that. At number 10, we're gonna go through each of these paintings, describe them to AI art generator and see if it can generate them, not using the title of the art, but the description. So let's jump on into it. Number 1, Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci. This is what it looks like, in case you didn't know. I'm certain you did. Now, how would I describe this? I would say a mildly stoic-looking lady in front of an ocean and mountains. She got curls, I don't know, something like that. So let's try this. Let's bring up an AR art generator. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, a woman. How would you describe that expression? A portrait of a woman with an enigmatic expression, arms crossed, sitting in front of a lake and a mountain. She peers into your soul. Let's just add that. Okay, then we need the proper aspect ratio. Let's see what it's got. Okay, so that was my attempt. I neglected to say that she should be facing the camera, but I'm getting a little bit of, you know, a little bit of Mona Lisa vibes. Now, if we're being real, it's going to take me all day to try to describe these paintings. It's not going to do very good. So we're going to let ChatGTP describe these paintings. I have a feeling it's going to do a lot better than me. And that's what I've done. Portrait of a seated woman with an enigmatic expression set against a backdrop of mountains and water. Well, that's pretty much what I said, if we're being honest. And did I cheat because I had already done that from ChatGTP? Yes, but I didn't know exactly what it had said. So it was my result. Let's put it in the BlueWillow and see how it does. Oh no, that is terrible. Terrible. Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to tell it that it's a painting by Leonardo da Vinci. Painting by Leonardo da Vinci. And if it doesn't get it right this time, that's okay. But I think we should give it one more chance before we move on to the next one. Okay, there you go. That's pretty cool. A description, if you throw in the painting and who it's by, it can recreate it pretty good with just a description. Let's move on to the next prompt. I asked, according to ChatGTP, Starry Night is an oil painting by Vincent van Gogh depicting a turbulent and swirling night sky over a small hillside village. The scene is filled with stars, a crescent moon, and cypress trees. And also, here's what it looks like. Again, you probably already knew that, but I just wanted to make sure. Plus, I need to know what the aspect ratio was. Of course it's 3:2. All right, original AI reproduction. Again, I did not use the title Mona Lisa. I just described it, which is kind of a, wow, impressive result, right? Am I surprised? No, not really, because I told it. I mean, it was a good description. What? It like knew exactly what it was. Oh no. Check that out. Original reproduction using just the, I'm blown away. Just the description. I did not use the title Starry Night to generate this image. That is like spot on too. Oh wow. Okay, I mean it's, you know, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty unique. Let's try The Last Supper. According to ChatGTP, the moment when Jesus Christ tells the disciples that one of them will betray him. The painting shows the 12 apostles grouped together at a long table with Jesus at the center. This will be interesting. Again, here is the original as per copied from Wikipedia. Now let's add in the result from BlueWillow as soon as it's ready. There's a lot of waiting. I'm cutting it out, but man, it takes a little while. It takes maybe 20, 30 seconds for it to generate this image. And when you're just sitting there waiting, that feels like a long time. Oh, it's ready. This feels too easy. It's so good at this. I'm just gonna do all of them because they're very interesting to look at. How does it know that I'm telling it to do the Last Supper? Because, okay, again, we got a few too many disciples here. Definitely took creative liberties, but wow. I wonder what would happen if I didn't say it was a painting. Okay, we'll come back. Let's move on. The Scream by Edvard Munch. Is that how you say his name? I don't know, guys. Don't, you know, if you can correct me, but don't make fun of me. I didn't do my research before starting this video. Okay, imagine. ChatGTP, what is The Scream? It's just much better at it than me. A figure with an anguished face standing on a bridge, holding their head and screaming in horror. The background shows a distorted, colorful sky and fjord. Oh, a fjord. That's great. See, I wouldn't have got that if I was describing this. So thank you, ChatGTP. But where's the fjord? Is this supposed to be a cliff? I'm no expert, but a long, narrow, deep inlet of sea. That's what I thought. There has to be high cliffs. I'm not seeing the high cliffs here. Apparently that's what that is. So now you know. Look, we're learning about classical art while having fun. That's great. Today we learned that Edvard Munch put a fjord in the back of the screen. I mean, it definitely is a narrow inlet, so I guess the cliffs, take it or leave it. Okay, here's the result. Look at that. Look at that. That is creative. Oh, that is cool. Got some weird things going on here. Okay, as you can tell, I didn't add painting in this one, and now I'm having some regrets. We gotta try it again. Just to see if it's really that good. Painting by Edvard Munch. AR 2x3. Go. And now we wait for 30 seconds and then cut for you guys to when it's done. And there's the result. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting something creative. Like it didn't do exactly what we supposedly described, but it's similar and it's interesting. This is like what I expected all of them to be like. The fact that these earlier ones knew like this. Okay, let's move on. Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. Oh no, we don't need the title. The description we have for this one is melted pocket watches draped over various objects and a distorted face. The painting reflects the fluidity of time and the instability of reality. Painting by Salvador Dali. Aspect ratio 3:2. That's a distorted face? Oh, weird. I see eyelashes. I did not know that. And also, I did not know that. See, this is why you let ChatGTP write your descriptions for you if you're doing a art challenge, because I would have never noticed that. I don't know what that was. Oh, check out these results. I like this. This is interesting. It's not at all like the original. It doesn't even really look like a Dali painting. I like what it did here. Look at those. That is cool. That is cool. Can I say that again? Fascinating. All right, let's move right along. The Kiss by Klimt. I don't have a description for this one. Yeah, I'm not going to try and do it myself. We already failed at that. Okay, here's my prompt for ChatGTP. Describe what's in the painting The Kiss by Klimt in about 15 words. Gustav Klimt, depicting a couple embracing and sharing a kiss. The couple is surrounded by golden aura and decorated with patterns and motifs inspired by Art Nouveau. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. The painting represents love and passion. Okay, let's copy that description, throw it on into our good old-fashioned BlueWillow, and see what it comes up with. Whoops, I typed in the aspect ratio wrong, so it's a square. But look at that. That is interesting, the realistic version one over there. And then we have some other results that are pretty similar. Okay, American Gothic. I love this painting. A man and a woman standing in front of a house with a Gothic window. The man holds a pitchfork while the woman stands stoically with a plain dress hair. The painting embodies rural American life and values. Let's see now what BlueWillow can do with that. All right, so this was the best result. It's got its issues. Definitely wasn't framed right, so we could probably rephrase it. But overall, yeah, that's American Gothic, right? No, it's what's interesting about this that makes it unique, besides everything, is the composition. I just feel like the two up close, I don't know what she's looking at, which is interesting. Have you ever just taken a moment to look at this painting? The details. Anyway, so, definitely not as good as the original, but an interesting result. Next, Guernica by Pablo Picasso. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember this painting very well, but it's one of the ones we're gonna do. I don't know if you're familiar with this, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Let's see what BlueWillow thinks about it. The bombing of the Spanish town Guernica by German and Italian warplanes during the Spanish Civil War. The painting shows the chaos and violence of war through distorted figures of people and animals in agony. I don't know about you, but I did not know that's what this was. Oh, it's actually now pretty clear. What a painting. It's interesting. I'm sure that It's deep and thoughtful. Definitely makes you think. I'm not gonna lie, the longer I look at this painting, the more I like it. It's weird, but you know, that's Pablo Picasso for you. It's kind of cool. Let's see the results. Here they are. They're all pretty similar. They don't quite look Pablo Picasso-y to me. I mean, they got some elements of it, but it looks a little bit too 3D for at least this one. It definitely captured the essence of the painting, and the composition is similar. It just seems to be a little bit of a different style, in my opinion. Next we have Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer. This is a classic painting. I really do like this one. A young girl with a turban and a large pearl earring looking over her shoulder. The painting showcases the girl's beauty and enigmatic expression, oh, there we go again, as well as the masterful use of light and color. There you have it. It is a masterful use of light and color, especially in the fabric on her turban and the skin, the way it glows. It's a soft lighting. I like that. The colors are intentional. It's a vague answer for, anyway. I mean, they definitely are intentional, but that doesn't tell you much. I think they're nice. And her expression is very like real, right? Here we go. Again, it knew exactly what I was talking about. The proportions aren't great. I probably should have just did a square. And in fact, the results are just subpar. Even as far as like AI generated art goes, I don't really like this. But just the description, it knew it. From the description, can we just talk about how fascinating that? But if you think about it from a programming perspective, like the words that I use to describe this in this order are probably almost always used to describe this painting, right? Because it was AI generated as well, which means it is a collective of the human consciousness, the internet. And so it's not really surprising that it knew it, but it's a little bit surprising because they're just words, you know, and it knew what to paint without actually telling it what to paint. I digress. Here we go. One of my favorite paintings, apart from my own paintings, of course. Nighthawks by Edward Hopper, I believe is his name. A late night dinner scene with 3 customers and a server. The painting captures a feeling of urban isolation with bright lights and empty streets outside the diner's window. Ain't that the truth? It does capture the feeling of urban isolation. I don't know. I like the colors in this painting. I like the composition. I like the vibe it gives. I might have to do some soul searching to figure out why I like this painting so much. Let's see our result. Nice. Again, the same kind of vibes. A little bit brighter colors though, different composition, more customers, but out of all of them, I think this was my favorite result because it was new, it was different, and also really cool. Whereas some of them were just like, you know, like the American Gothic result, well, it wasn't very good, if we're being real. And of course, it all depends on your what they call prompt craft. You gotta, if you can finesse your words just right into this AI generator, then you can get great results. And I didn't necessarily finesse the words just right, but for a quick run, I would say, well, let's see, how many did it get? How many didn't know what painting I was talking about, and how many did it just kind of spit out an image? I'm guessing that it did pretty good at the knowing the paintings. We got 1, 2, really good, 3. I'm gonna say no for this one, but it did a good similar thing. Again, no on this one. Yes, it definitely knew what it was painting here. I'm gonna say no on this one too, because it's just such a different composition. This one, I wanna say yes. It's pretty different, but it's also pretty the same. So 5 so far. I feel like it knew what it was painting from that description. 6 and 7. So 7 of the 10 images from a description generated by AI was able to reproduce a fairly similar result. Now, to be fair, it was much funner when it didn't produce the same result. That's what creativity is, right? New results. But it was an interesting experiment, and I had fun doing it. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you had a good time. And you know what? This is all fun and games, but at the end of the day, don't forget to do art yourself, you and I, because that is more valuable. It takes more time. It's not as quick as this AI-generated stuff, but it's much more valuable, much more meaningful. That's just my opinion. Of course, it's always fun to try new things and learn new things. But anyway, I digress. I hope you have a good day. And as always, remember to smile. This is maybe my second favorite. That's kind of a cool result. And again, can we just say, wow, well done. Okay,